Whoa.
Whoa. Hello, hello.
Look at
All them people waiting for us. Or they're just here to talk to everybody
that.
else.
Talking to each other. They don't care about us.
Yeah. What's up, people? You want to say hi to them?
Yeah.
Start with Miss Anita.
Hello, Anita.
Hello. And
Hello, Mom.
saying hi to Anita and Ed.
Hello, Ed.
And Ed.
For some reason, Anita is real happy, like she got some awesome news today. What could it be? I don't know. I don't know. My mom says, I know what it is. Probably everybody in here currently.
Probably.
Well, maybe not less.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, Stacy.
Hey, Stacy.
I just want to shout out to Stacy for all of his help today and dealing with me. That's all I'm going to say.
Good
Hey there,
job.
Les and Pat, if you are there.
Hello.
Hope you guys had a good trip.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have the shortest cruise countdown anymore. I don't think. You might. I don't know.
Anita says, and yes, I'm happy. Got awesome news today.
Okay.
And that's everyone.
That's everybody?
Yeah, they were just all saying hi to everybody.
Okay, well, our cruise countdown is, 15 days. What? That's exciting. 15 days, Captain. What do you think about that? Anyway, I'm having a St. Louis, brought these back with me from Christmas. That's how long I've been holding on to this thing. I got a few more too. Schlafly Brewery. This is the good beer that's from St. Louis, not to be confused with any other imitators. Coffee stout.
I'm drinking water.
It's pretty good. Only 5 points in my diet plan, which is pretty reasonable.
Stacy says you're very welcome anytime. Yeah, it was like a 2-hour process. Learned a lot. Got real frustrated. Many messages that said I just don't understand. Wow, 15 days. That's right, Les.
15 days.
Am desperate for a cruise.
15 days.
Or just a day off, I'll take what I can get.
113. Well, we figured out that, and this was a few days ago. It's actually, these numbers are better now, but we figured out that like in the next, I don't know, like month-ish, like the amount of time we have off or ish off is pretty good. Our days off outnumber our days working for the next several weeks.
Approximately. Yeah.
Not by much, but a little bit.
Beautiful. And that's including our normal weekends. So.
Right. The cruise is a big part of that, of course, because that's a week. And actually it's a week and a day because they force us to take a day for World Oceans Day. Right. So that just happens to fall the week after the cruise. So I don't have to get up and go to work the next morning after the cruise, which is going to be kind of nice. And then we're going to take off. I don't think we'll be live next Friday, most likely, because our friend Ashley is coming into town, and she's going to be here Friday, and then she's leaving Monday morning.
Yeah, so we have.
She gets in Friday. What time does she get in Friday?
8 a.m.
So we took off work next Friday and next Monday because we got to drop her off at the airport at like
3 a.m. Her flight's at 5 or 6 a.m.
Godly hour, and we were like, let's just take the day because I don't want to drop her off at 3 a.m. and then go to work.
Yeah.
Like 6 hours later or 4 hours later or 4 hours later. Yeah. Anyway, not into all that. So, and then we have, I think, so then it's like a 4-day week after the cruise.
Yeah. Marty, Anita says hi, and Captain, Anita says hi. And I mostly wanted to get that through that so we could say hi to Cruise Nuts.
Hey, Cruise Nuts.
And hi to Darian.
Hey there, Darian.
And that Les has 204.
Oh,
that's a lot.
They just got back, though.
I know.
They
got back from a trip. It wasn't a cruise. But right before that, they got back from a cruise.
I was going to say, it wasn't that long ago that those people were on a cruise ship.
True.
Those people.
Anyway.
Those
people also need to book a cruise next September. Just saying.
then we have a 4-day week after the cruise because we took off that Monday, and then we have a full week of work. But then
we have a 1-day week.
Is it just one day? No, it's one day, isn't it?
No.
Just Monday?
Work Monday, and then you wanted me to take off that Tuesday. Then IHS is Wednesday through Saturday.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Oh, wow. A 1-day week. Okay. I haven't taken off that Tuesday yet.
You told me to take it off.
Well, I know, because we have to flex for that day too, or I'll have to flex for that day. And then anyway, we're going to the International Herpetological Symposium down in Fort Myers, hosted by Iguanaland. So that's cool. Work is paying for me to go because it's work related, because I work with reptiles, and it's going to be cool. It's like there's lots of really, really cool reptile scientists and stuff that are going to be speaking, and amphibian scientists, including the guy who wrote the book on false water cobras, tricolored hognose snakes, and is currently working on a Western hognose snake book, who has an amazing podcast called Colubrid and Colubroid Radio with a gentleman named Clint from Indiana.
That's like a good chunk of the animals that we have.
I know. If he writes something on Ackie monitors, we'll be gold.
And bearded dragons.
Well, bearded dragons, we already know plenty about bearded dragons. I mean, there's plenty of books out there on bearded dragons. Although it was really cool to see Dave Kaufman do the Out in the Outback with bearded dragons.
Did he put out his movie yet?
No, I don't. No, he didn't. Is that one an Ackie, or is that a bearded dragon? Another bearded dragon movie he's going to do.
He's doing a bearded dragon movie. That's one of the main reasons he went to film. And then he did other things while he was there.
He goes to like places where these animals live, and then he like studies the environment and films it and asks the questions, are we keeping them correctly?
He's done a lot of series that are like, are we keeping them correctly? And then I think he's been doing like longer versions of them. Like, I don't remember.
Well, he did the ball python movie.
He did the ball python movie.
That was the first one, which I don't care about ball pythons, but it was still, even though I don't really like ball pythons, I did enjoy. I watched the whole thing. It was like an hour and a half or something, and I still watched it, and I was intrigued because it wasn't, people annoying me with ball pythons at a pet store I used to work at. It was actually the natural history of a snake in the wild, which made ball pythons way more interesting. So anyway, he's gone to Australia. He's gone to a bunch of places.
I have a random question real quick. Stacy, is Gina here? I just need to know because I have something to say.
Love got something to say.
But if Gina's not here, it's irrelevant. So you can continue until he answers.
It's an elephant. It's a red elephant. Anyway, so we are going to talk about some exciting news, and then our topic for tonight is going to be related to that news, right?
Right.
Yes. Okay. So, do you want to say the news?
I think we should say, if you saw the thumbnail, make a guess.
Oh, that's a good idea.
If you didn't see the thumbnail, make a guess.
How about this? How about if we're one of these people that were like, if you want to hear the exciting news, you'll have to watch till the end. We're not going to do that.
Oh, she's not. Okay. Playing bingo. Well, that's cool.
bingo.
Well, then I'm not going to say anything.
So,
I can. It's just.
I don't think I saw the thumbnail. I know you told me what it was, but I didn't actually see it.
You want to?
Well, while we're doing that, while we're getting the input, I'll do one more reptile thing.
This was the thumbnail.
Ah, okay. Because we have baby alligators that we swap out every 2 to 4-ish years that I take care of at the aquarium, and we just got the new ones like 2 weeks ago, and I started training them. Well, not just me, several of the learning team trains them. So I filmed it today because I'm so impressed by these little studious alligators. So I wanted to show you guys that video. So I'm just going to try and figure out where it is living and then see if I can share it on here. Let me see if I can do this here.
Window. Yeah.
Okay.
Look at you.
And then
My microphone up against the thing.
well, here's what I want to do. What happened?
Where's my microphone?
I don't know, but
it under it.
It just went away. It just unadded to the scene.
Oh.
So if you can hear this video, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a short snippet just to see if you guys can hear it. And if you can't, then I'll narrate.
Well, here, why don't I bring?
Oh, that's a good idea.
My phone?
Okay, we'll do it that way. All right.
Bear with.
Anyway, this alligator's actual size, no matter what device you're watching it on. No, it's like this alligator's about 6-7 inches long. So tell me when you're it's going to be like boop, 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 boop. Tell me when you're ready. It's going to be like boop, 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 boop. Okay, she's ready. We are going to try and target train our little alligator here. Its name is Banks. So first thing I need to do is grab a little crocodilian pellet. And then the goal is to put the bamboo in the water. And when the alligator touches it and doesn't attack it, we can feed. Although I'm going to go ahead and feed because Banks did come over here. Okay. That's the bridge that I'm using. I'm going to try it again. Oops. See if I can get it as far away from you as I can. Okay. I missed it though. Oh, that's awesome. All right, let's get another one. We're going to go back here this time. A little tap. Okay, that was really good. That was really good. Got a few more. These alligators have only been training, okay, for a few weeks. And they're already learning with us, at least for a few weeks. Try this back here. Okay, look at that. Touch the pole and then was calm. That's what we're looking for. Okay. There you go. Find it. Good job. One more. Let's see. I'm going to try a double one here. Okay. Okay. That was awesome. Thanks. Great job. Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
That's what we call a bridge. So training an alligator is a lot like training a do the behavior, then give them a cue to let them doing what you want them to do. And so the goal is to get the alligator to come over and not attack. That was weird. You gotta take that one out. There you go. And not attack the bamboo, because they'll do that at first because they associate it. They learn bamboo means, but you guys have learned like so quickly. And they touch, if you touch calm, but I want them to do quickly touch and then give them the bridge. Okay. And I do. And what that does is it flipping and get it out because it's been 2 weeks. And I don't think, I think we target training last the middle week. but also
He says we're
because our internet's really good before our new internet's here, but we haven't hooked up the new modem yet. So let me turn on my phone here and see.
While you're doing that, I'm going to read some of these comments that have come through.
Okay, that works.
Because so Sean says the exciting news is you are coming on the R&R cruise with us, right?
No, it's
not.
not.
We have a cruise in October, and it's too close together. We can't do that. Anita says, I know, so I don't want to answer. Stacy says, does the aquarium swap them out when they get too big?
Yes. So because they're ambassadors, that you do programs with them. When they get too big, we just trade them in for new models from Gatorland in Kissimmee.
Darian says, go Gators. And Sean says something in German. And
Guten Tag.
Meg is here.
Guten Tag.
Hey, Meg.
Hey, Meg.
How's it going? I think Meg's got some new home digs.
I think you're right.
Yeah, so that's cool. Says, good evening. Loves the baby gators. And Sean says, Matt, stop torturing the poor animal. Give it your finger. Stacy says, that's pretty cute and smart. Darian saying some stuff in German.
I'm not going to try and read that because I will get it wrong.
And Anita says, smart little gators.
Yeah, so the reason we train them like that is because it gives them a mental challenge, which is good for their well-being, but also because they're handled by lots of people, because they're ambassador animals that are used in our education programs. We don't want people to stick their hands in to pick an alligator up, and the alligator thinks that it's feeding time and then bites the hand that's not feeding them. So by training them to associate the bamboo with food, and also by training them to be calm and touch to get that food, we eliminate that or greatly reduce that risk of happening. The other part of the risk is eliminated by training the human counterpart of that. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty amazing. We had an alligator named Petra there several years ago that was pretty big. I think when we ended up having to trade her in, she was probably over 3 feet. And I had her trained to follow me around. Had her trained for hold. I've probably talked about her before in here, but anyway, I'm excited because our last batch of alligators didn't do training very well. First alligators I've worked with that didn't do training very well for some reason. I don't know what the reason is. But that's why it's important not to feed alligators in the wild too, because when you feed alligators in the wild, they make that association, but they're not being trained to gently touch a bamboo. They're just like, food! And then that's when people get hurt. So sadly, we had a pretty tragic alligator incident in Florida in the last, I think, week with a canoe, which I always tell people, you're fine in a canoe. Well, usually you are. But as I saw somebody studiously post, this is a reminder that if you're in Florida, alligators, although they are extremely rare that they attack people, it's not like Sean's crocodiles, they're still apex predators, and they're big and they're powerful. And you, just like I keep reading things about sharks attacks going up, which is probably a very small amount, but being blamed on people like on YouTube and Instagram, that's how old I am, TikTok, whatever the kids are doing. Anyway, trying to get like selfies and stuff and putting themselves in harm's way. Apparently there was somebody recently who lost both of her hands trying to take a selfie or film a bull shark in the Caribbean. And Caribbean shark attacks are extremely rare. So, yeah, these are wild animals. When you see a big alligator or something like that, a shark in the wild, I would tell you, don't necessarily assume it's going to do anything bad, because it's almost certainly not, unless you push its buttons. or you're just extremely unlucky. But more likely, it's just if you push its butt. So don't do that. Don't touch the 7-foot alligator. Don't try and hug the shark. Yeah. People don't always make the best decisions, Stacy. I sadly agree. Unfortunately, it is not the people that end up getting the blame, whether or not they should or not. Sometimes it's the people that get hurt, or sometimes not the ones being stupid. Sometimes it's the next person that comes along that somebody fed an alligator and then boom. So anyway, there's my soapbox. All right.
You ready for the exciting news?
I'm ready.
That's good, because if I have to log into that one more time, it's going to drive me nuts. All right. I'm gonna tell them by showing them.
Oh, okay. What is? Oh, that's our cruise countdown.
Yeah.
So, you want to translate what that means? I mean, obviously, we're going on a princess cruise in 329 days.
Yeah, but that means we booked one.
We did.
Because we didn't have that booked before today.
No, we didn't. And look, I mean, I'm trying to be fiscally responsible and stuff, but I told Kimbra, remember back when our car moonroof exploded and then we dealt with all that stuff, and the one thing that we didn't get recouped on was our car rental fee that the dealership promised us we would get, and then I had kind of given up on, and I was like, well, I guess we can go fight with them, but I don't know if I have the energy. So as it turns out, we got a check in the mail for almost 100% of that. And I told Kimbra, I said, call Kia. If you can get our money, then you can book that cruise. They sent us the check. She didn't call them.
I got lucky.
They sent us the check.
Timing worked out.
Yeah.
I had thought about it, though. I just didn't get to it. We've been busy.
Yeah.
Like work and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's when I'm able to call, because that's, opening hours.
Yes.
Anita says, yay. And Ed says, we is ready. We got same cruise countdown.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because it is their fault that we are going on this cruise, because they were like, we really want you to go on this cruise.
This is Anita's birthday cruise.
Exactly. And I wanted to go on the cruise. I'm fiscally responsible. It doesn't mean I don't want to cruise. I do. But, I'm trying to be fiscally responsible. Yeah. So I've not cruised Princess. You have not cruised Princess?
Mm-hmm. Princess is one that I've really been looking forward to. And here's the thing, is we made this decision last weekend because that's when the check came. So we did a lot of research to decide on what we wanted to book. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to do the Princess training for the travel agent thing, because that's one that I just kept putting off, because I was like, I'm not going to book anyone on Princess. So I decided to do the training, which, jokes on me, took way longer than I thought it would. At the end of the training, it gives you a free cruise. So I was like, maybe we can actually make this a free cruise. It didn't. We're paying for it. But that's okay.
Did you see what just happened?
No, what did you do?
I was being stupid. I wiggled my finger from him. He bit me.
Well, you deserve that.
It didn't really hurt.
But that's okay. So that's my story. So that's the reason it wasn't booked last week and it was booked today, because I decided to go through all of my Princess training, which took me a week, and then I didn't even get a free cruise out of it yet.
But that's okay. That means that we have another cruise.
That's true. That means we have another Princess cruise coming up. Once we book it. It doesn't exist
yet. Sean, Matt, if you keep saying that you are fiscally responsible, we will not believe you and put you in the same category as fake Captain Billy. Huh. Yes, I like I said, I am trying to be fiscally responsible, because we want to buy a house in a decade or something.
No, Ed says that is an awesome birthday present for Anita.
No.
So I'm going to show you, Matt. Anita sent me a picture of her cup for the night, because she knew what we were going to be talking about.
Oh, it's a Princess Cruise.
It's a Princess Cruise
cup.
Cup.
Yeah.
I am super excited. I just am a little sad that it's almost a year away.
Well, but Kimbra pointed out that we have 4. We went, remember, like a few months ago, and we didn't have like any cruises booked, and now we have 4 cruises booked over the next 2 years.
They're about 6 months apart, so we're being reasonable with them.
Yeah, we're probably done for the next 2 years, but all 4 of them are on different cruise lines because we got MSC, we've got Margaritaville, we got Princess, and then we got Carnival. So 4 cruise lines, 2 years. Somehow 3 of them have Ed and Anita on them.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
I feel like there's been some subliminal manipulation.
I think they tricked us into this.
I mean, to be fair, this is the only cruise that we specifically booked at their beck and call, because they booked on our group cruise.
Yep.
Which of course we wanted them to, and then we both booked the Para DJ cruise, but I think
which we were already going to do individually, and then we found out that it was happening together.
So that was just fate. But this one is specifically. Well, I mean, I want to experience Princess, but also it's going to be the Roddy.
The reason that we picked this
the Roddy
Princess
Alan
cruise
Schaefer cruise. So that would make more sense if one of us changed her name. Should I change it to Matt Schaefer? That sounds weird. Yeah.
But Kimber Allen doesn't?
No. I'm just kidding. I don't care. They're stalking us.
I believe it.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
I don't know. You interrupted and now I forgot.
Oh.
That's fine. So what are we talking about? Because I don't want to log back into that again.
Yeah. So I said, hey, can we see the excursions and just like shop them and see what's out there, what Princess offers? Because this is an ABC cruise. I don't think we said that.
We didn't say anything about it.
It's an 8-night ABC cruise, and it spends a decent amount of time in the ABC. Like sometimes you're there for like 4 or 5 hours, I feel like, on those ABC cruises. This one, Curacao.
It says it on there.
Curacao is the latest one. So it says.
You gonna share the screen, or you want to wait?
Oh, should I do that?
Sure.
I could do that. I could do that. This one.
Yep.
Okay. Let me just do this here, and then I will do this here. And then I will do
the middle one. No,
this here.
And then flippy flop them.
And then flippy flop this here. So as you can,
and then scroll down over there because the chat.
Oh,
because it's not down.
Bloop.
There we go.
It was pretty much down.
Well, yeah, but if it's not down, then it won't keep going down.
I see. So it is going to be 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. in Bonaire. That's pretty good. That is, what is that, 10 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is my math working?
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to, Curacao is the second port. I was thinking it was the third port.
No.
Because isn't that the order they're in? Anyway, that one's 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's 14 hours if my math is not failing me. Now, Aruba is the short one. It is only 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
That's still a long time.
That is still, what, 9 hours?
8.
8 hours?
9.
9. I was right? 9?
Yeah.
9? We're speaking German again. Just for you, Derry. 9! It is 9 hours. And
Les said take plenty of pics on Princess.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, also, did you tell him that you did the training and got the hoity-toity?
I didn't talk about that, no. I mean, I said I did the training. I didn't say what that
it gives her.
meant.
It gives her hoity-toityness on Princess.
So it gives me elite status.
Yeah, so she's elite.
I'm elite.
So
which I deserve because I spent hours doing it.
Hours.
I know people that like actually cruise all that time feel like they also deserve it, and they do. But I spent hours.
Yeah, and she's also going to get a free cruise, so feel bad for her.
You get to come with me.
Oh,
You didn't even have to do the work.
I'm not complaining.
I had to take a final that I just barely passed.
Wow. Okay, so here is a Bonaire, and we can look at these excursiones.
Your mom says she lost us.
Well, we're not frozen on the
No,
YouTube, so
we're
it
not.
might be my mom's internet
Yeah.
bouncing around off the cows and stuff out there in the middle of Missouri. Hopefully she'll get us back. So we've got the best of Bonaire. Go to Lake.
Go to Lake.
Go to Lake and Cultural Park and Scenic Drive. I don't know what that means, but go to the lake is where the flamingos are. I think we drove by the lake.
Maybe. I mean, you can do view details. I haven't looked at any of this, so I don't.
We haven't at all.
Stacy
half day tour. Go ahead.
Stacy says, "Have you ever sailed out of Fort Lauderdale? It's pretty simple, smaller port." We have. Our Holland America cruise was out of Fort Lauderdale.
And I think I've sailed out of there at least one other time, if not two other times.
Fancy you.
I like Fort Lauderdale's port, actually. Yeah, I agree. It's a pretty easy one. Rincon Village. Hear ancient tales of this village built by Spanish explorers in the 14th century. At the Washington National Park entrance, see a full-scale juvenile whale skeleton. Visit the National History Plantation Museum and open-air exhibit for a peek at Bonaire's heritage. Relax on a large covered terrace. So, that might be all right. I don't know. I feel like we can do better.
Matt, Sean has words for you.
Uh-oh. Matt, Matt, are you allowed to give Kimbra a kiss or even, dare I say it, give her a hug because you are only a pleb and she is a platinum? I don't know. I am
elite.
That is up to her. Although I was generous to her with my upper carnival platinum status. Have you hit platinum yet?
I will on our next carnival cruise.
See, and I
because you refused to do a cruise between our last one and our wedding cruise, and we haven't been on carnival since.
Fiscally responsible. Also wellness time. Anyway.
I needed like a 3-day cruise. A weekend. You needed a weekend.
Okay. We're going to go on a short weekend cruise that we don't really isn't the best cruise for us, just so you can get a status that you already have access to.
Yes, but see, I'll be elite, which is the highest level.
Okay, so
you're just platinum. Hey, Kevin.
Wow. Hello, Kevin. I'm sorry you had to see that. The next one looks like the same kind of thing, just without as much. Bonaire highlights and beach. I'm going to just go to the ones that I think are interesting. There's a trolley train.
Oh, right. Kevin's, I think, peacing out because they're in Canada and he's only got so much data. So he's going to peace out. But thank you for popping in.
Yes, and thank you for sending that link to us too for the other cruise line.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
We looked at it.
We did look at it,
and we're not opposed to looking more at it.
No, we are not. Scenic tour of Kralenjik via eco-powered tuk-tuk. Okay. Klein Bonaire water taxi, beach break, and swim. Well, now we did snorkel Klein Bonaire with Stacy.
And oh no, JT didn't do that.
Did Gina do that one? I don't remember.
Gina stayed on the beach.
Okay.
So we went up, dropped people off on the beach. We dropped Gina off and our stuff. She chilled on the beach, and then we took the boat down to come back down snorkel.
Okay. There's some bicycle stuff. There's some off-roading, buggy stuff, cave exploration, coastal sightseeing cruise. I'm just kind of skimming through.
You're skimming?
I'm skimming through to see things that kind of pop for me, which of course is going to be things with words like snorkel in it. Local connections, glass bottom boat and eco cruise, and Bonaire Marine Park with naturalist. Okay. Bonaire sail and snorkel. Exclusive sailing yacht, coastal cruise and snorkel. Ooh, that one's pricey.
It's exclusive.
It's very exclusive.
Oh, your mom says we're back.
Oh, good.
Stacy says we did a tuk-tuk in Bonaire before. It's a big golf cart, but was interesting.
Okay, all right. Sailing catamaran, Bonaire Marine Park, swim and snorkel. Now, this one is kind of interesting to me. We haven't done we've only snorkeled and dove from the shore in Bonaire, which was nice. Siamese junk cruise, climb Bonaire beach and drift snorkel. The drift snorkel is what you do on Climb Bonaire typically.
Yeah, that's probably what that is.
Bonaire Marine Park, Bonaire, Lisa Bonaire, Marine Park snorkel and beach break. These are very similar. Kayak, Marine Park, beach, and snorkel. So it sounds like you could do these kind of cultural sightseeing things, or you can do like a snorkeling thing from a boat or from the beach. Those are the main ones. There's a kayak one and stuff like that. I would say, I don't know. I really enjoyed just doing the snorkel at Klein Bonaire. I think that was pretty good. I mean, it was a little bit sad because that coral did not look great.
That's where we did the tour with Stan the Man. Bonaire.
Is it?
Oh. That was one of the best excursions I've ever done.
So that was an official Carnival one, right?
No, it was booked through I think Shore Excursions Group, maybe.
Okay, because I'm like, that sounds like kind of a best of Bonaire kind of thing. But here's the thing. He was such an anomaly.
I know.
I don't know that we would get that experience a second time. I mean,
unless we can request him, but he's probably moved on to do something else.
He's probably he's probably back in the Netherlands. I can't imagine.
I feel like he had like 20 jobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And his business card was like a Pokemon card.
Yeah. I don't know. What would you guys do in Bonaire? What would you do? What would you do in Bonaire?
Of those, I think that catamaran one.
That's kind of where I'm leaning too. I'm curious what the coral reef situation is like offshore a little bit. I don't know how far offshore that catamaran goes. I'm also, though, I wouldn't hate seeing some more of the wildlife and stuff.
That's true.
So I don't know. It's interesting. Interesting. All right, let's move to the next island. Because nothing stood out, and I was like, oh, that.
Right.
The catamaran was maybe my top intriguing one, other than doing something that's not an official excursion. Yeah, he was a character, Stacy. And he said he would go back to Klein Bonaire. $25 a person is a bargain. That is true. And you know what else? We didn't really spend a lot of time just walking around Bonaire.
No.
And there is areas you can walk around in Bonaire. Or you could maybe, I don't know how easy it is to rent like a golf cart or whatever, but
it says we were looking at the Bonaire Marine Park snorkeling.
Well, which one was that?
I don't know. You have to go back to it.
I'm going back to it. Water taxi, beach break, and swim. Coastal cruise.
Go down one a little bit.
That's his Marine Park.
There's a blue one.
This one. This one?
Oh, and that's at Klein Bonaire.
So
what does that entail? Because taking the
protected waters of Bonaire Marine Park surround the tiny uninhabited island of Klein Bonaire, boasting some of the healthiest corals in the region. Well, they were, along with turtles, rays, and fish of every imaginable color, board a 42-foot double-deck 600 horsepower catamaran set off on a relaxed 3-hour adventure. It's a 3-hour tour.
Huh.
A 3-hour tour that includes snorkeling and a beach break. Set sail from dockside on a narrated sightseeing tour along the scenic southern coast. Journey deeper into the turquoise waters to Bonaire Marine Park. Stop for a 45-minute snorkeling opportunity. Come face to face with spectacular tropical fish, or stay relaxing on the relaxing boat.
Can you click on where it says excursion detail?
There. Time at site 1 hour. So beach break at No Name Beach at Klein Bonaire. So here's the thing. I think we could take the taxi over for $25 a person and have the same exact experience.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That's what I think. I think
The
only thing we would miss,
food or drink, right?
No, the only thing we would miss out on is the scenic tour, which probably.
But the taxi still told us a few things.
It did. It did.
Like it didn't just go silent.
I think if that's what you guys want to do, if that's what we decide to do, that might be a way more affordable, but also better way to do it, because then
then we're not forced into a group of people and on a specific time range. We do it on our own time.
The only thing you won't have is a narrated naturalist. Oh wait, you're going to be with me, so you're good. You're covered. You're fine. All right.
Okay, Mr. Full of himself.
It's just been my profession for like over 13 years. That's all I'm saying.
But you don't know everything about Bonaire.
I don't, but challenge accepted. All right, but seriously, let's see what we got here. So we need to go back another one. All right, let's take a look at Curacao. Curacao.
Ed sounds tempted by that.
There you go.
He didn't say that, but that's what I read into.
I agree. We could stay longer. Yeah, you could stay longer. You probably don't get stuck with the Calicara people. Yeah, there's a lot of upside to that. And you know what? You can just hang out at that beach and take that taxi back. The only thing is you just got to watch your time.
Just don't miss the last one.
But it's a pretty flexible time slot.
Yeah.
So, and it's a hot, sunny day. So you don't want to be there for like 6 hours or something anyway. Probably like 2 hours, maybe 3 at the most. So, and you're in the water for some of that, but you could also hang out at the beach.
Yeah, I was going to say, because the taxi takes people to the beach, and then anybody that wants to do like the drift snorkel, it takes you up, you jump in, you do your drift snorkel, and then you're right back at the beach, and you can spend however much time there.
Or you can walk. I think you can walk back and drift snorkel again.
Oh yeah, that too.
Or you can if you ate your Wheaties that morning, you can swim up current.
Yeah. Because I would say I definitely want to do it at least once, but then like if Anita just wants to chill on the beach, you guys could go again, and I will chill with Anita.
Oh, look at that!
That's where we saw the hawksbill turtle.
We did see a hawksbill sea turtle there. Yeah,
possibly seeing that again.
Yeah, and I am curious to see. I really hope, because it was just being devastated by a coral disease when we were there, and I really hope that has improved. I doubt it has, but my beer's half full. Look at Willemstad. Oh God, I love that. I love that view right there. I love that view. It's one of my favorite things on the planet, that view right there. All right, let's see what we got. The best of Curacao, Hato Caves, Willemstad, and Curacao Museum. Curacao highlights and beach break. National Park Museum and Scenic Country Drive. Hato Caves. I don't know about these Hato Caves. Willemstad Museum and Ship Lunch Break. Historical City, Hato Cave and Beach. Have I just never paid attention to Hato Cave? Like it's on all these? I don't know. Willemstad Trolley Train Historic Tour. Curacao Cocktails with amazing view. I'm reading it like I'm going right to left. A Taste of Curacao. Local connections, Ostrich Farm, workshop and scenic drive with local artist.
That's intriguing.
That is intriguing. Scenic drive distillery aloe vera farm.
No, thank you.
No, that sounds terrible.
We did the aloe farm.
Made in Curacao.
You remember that?
I do remember that. West Side Scenic Drive and Beach Break. Curacao Beach Tropical Express. The Hato Cave and Mambo Beach. Okay. Hato Caves and Wilmstead Walking Tour.
Mambo Beach is the beach that...
It is the beach, yeah. Capitol Highlights and by Electric Bike. SeaWorld Explorer Semi-Sub and Scenic Drive. Ultimate Island Beach and Turtle Snorkel with lunch. And that's it. So I don't see what I was hoping to find.
You've got some words over there you should read. Go up one.
Here?
There you go. Start there.
Okay. Well, both of them are close enough to each other that either one would be fun. Oh, the experiences? Taking a break. No. Continue my session. Yeah, they're pretty similar. I think one's just $25 and doesn't do maybe the same scenic tour, and the other one's like however much that one was, which was like 80 something.
Yeah.
And we probably could go earlier if we wanted to. I'm just saying. I don't like when it's only 1 hour snorkeling because you look up and everyone's on the boat looking at you. I wasn't ready. Thank you. See, this is why Ed and I get along so well. Because I'm like, I'm sorry, you said an hour in the water. I don't care if everybody was done in 45 minutes. I want my damn hour, okay? And I'd rather have 2 or 3 hours. Stacy said, remember that Love Lockhart's collapsed earlier this year? I know, that's so sad. They're still laying there in a pile. Oh. Okay, so here's the thing. We're just looking at these offerings. What I was hoping for, the first time I was at Curacao, we went to Mambo Beach. We were supposed to go by boat and come back by boat per sunset cruise. It was super windy, as it almost always is in the ABC Islands. And so they took us to Mambo Beach on a bus, and then they took us back on a sunset cruise. Mambo Beach is amazing. I love it. I love it. And the sunset cruise, pulling into Willemstad, sunset, the lights of Willemstad, oh my God, that was just flippin' gorgeous. But that doesn't seem to be an option.
I've never seen Curacao at night.
Well, we'll definitely see Curacao at night. So here's the thing. Even if we don't have that opportunity, we can still see Curacao at night. I am pulling for Mambo Beach. We've taken a cab there and just on our own. Here's what Mambo Beach is. Mambo Beach is a long stretch of beach. It's a gully of water, built up kind of rock wall, and then the ocean. Inside that gully, if you swim to the rock wall, it is chock full of marine life. I mean, I saw so much stuff on that rock wall. It was impressive. And it's such an easy snorkel. You do have to be careful because I did see a scorpion fish there that I could have easily missed and put my hand on. But super shallow water, no current, no waves. It's a great time. The last time when Kimber and I went, there were some divers there and they were like, oh, are you diving? And we're like, no, we're just snorkeling. They're like, oh, you got to go past the wall. We're like, you can go past the wall? You can go past the wall. And if you have followed this channel for a while, you may remember us describing this as you have to belly scoot. Well, I guess it depends on the tide and stuff, but you can belly scoot over the wall and it opens up we described it as like going through the wardrobe and entering Narnia. It was just an amazing, beautiful coral reef that just kind of slopes down there.
It was like night
Oh
and day.
my God.
Like the rocks were fun and cool, but you walk through and it became like a colorful garden of
the trumpet fish there are like electric blue.
Yeah.
Like normally they're yellow or brown. They're electric blue. I mean, it is just beautiful. There's coral restoration going on there. It is just impressive. So I would really like to get Ed and Anita, if she's willing, to Narnia. I would like to do that if they're interested in that. But yeah, it's really cool. And there's like food. It's kind of pricey, but you know, there's like different places along that beach you can go and stuff, and they will charge you to have like nice comfortable seating for the day or whatever. But yeah, and then at night we come back and we can walk around. We could, like Stacy said, the floating bridge is beautiful at night. That would be really cool because I didn't really get to hang out at night. It was just like we saw it sailing in, and then we did walk over I think we walked over the floating bridge based on where that ended up pulling us back in. But just gorgeous.
Anita
just
says
gorgeous.
we are interested.
Yes.
Anita, will you snorkel to Narnia with us?
It's not a bad snorkel. Like once you're there, you can just kind of look around for a little bit, go right back, or just hang out. But when I don't know if it's always like this, but like when we were there, it wasn't like super choppy. There wasn't a current or anything like that. I don't know that it's always like that. It probably is usually like that. But it's definitely a cool place to snorkel. On the other side, no matter what, like it's like if you are new,
Ed says yes, she will.
If you're new to snorkeling or you're not like a super strong swimmer, this is a perfect place to see an abundance of diverse marine life it's almost like snorkeling in a swimming pool, I would say. I mean, moray eels, porcupine fish, the spotted, it's not a snake. Everybody thinks they're snakes, but it's an eel. The scorpion fish, lots of juvenile marine like coral fish. So super bright colors, angel fish, butterfly fish. You know, I have never seen an octopus there, but I'm sure there's octopus there. There's got to be octopus there because it's just rocky. It's just nice. Anyway, he says yes, she will. Anyway, that is something I would like to do. I was hoping they'd have a sunset trip back, but they don't. But we can do it on our own. It's probably a lot cheaper to do it anyway. We just won't get the sunset cruise, but we can just walk around. Yeah. And I don't see any sunset cruises, surprisingly.
Anita says I would consider it. I'm telling you, Anita, you would be like I've seen some pretty reefs. This isn't a pretty reef. This is a mind-blowingly amazing reef.
Well, and it's just so easily accessible.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I think that's my favorite thing about it. It's just so accessible. And it's a little like, oh, can we go over this wall? But then once you're over the wall, you're like, oh yeah, that was really no big deal. So
it was funny because we were, at that rock and you had kind of done what you do where you just kind of go off. And you came back and you said, Kimbra, follow me. We're going into Narnia. And I said, what? And by that time his face was already in the water and he was gone. So I followed and yeah.
Yeah, because it's like all this really cool little stuff, and then you swim through like big rocks, kind of belly scoot. I don't remember if it was belly scooting, but it was
not completely. It was
shallow.
It was shallow, yeah. Well, it looks like we might be back.
Let's see if I can tell on here.
We haven't been moving this around. Have you scrolled up and down for a minute?
Internet issues. You're back. Okay, we're back.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got to play it on YouTube with my cellular.
Yeah.
Hopefully we've got the new equipment. We just got to hook it up. Hopefully that'll solve.
Yeah, but we've got to like
legitimately like tested though, and we had good up and down.
Yeah, but that
because we've already got access to the new internet service.
Apparently.
But probably because we have got the old router and stuff. I think I'm hoping that's the problem. Anyway, yeah. The only one that shows Curacao at night is this one. And the thing is, we're going to be there so long, it's possible we could even do one thing and then do another. But enjoy good music and mingle. Yeah, that doesn't say. Let's see, excursion details. Travel time, 15 minutes. Does it say when it leaves?
You might have different time options.
Oh.
If you go to like book or something, does it give you times for this tour? Look, right there.
21, see special note.
Pick a name. You have to click on someone.
Oh, pick me.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Where would you book it? Is it at the bottom or something? You scroll down more. Maybe you can't book it.
Weird.
I don't know.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Guess we won't do that one.
All right, so
your session has
expired.
Okay, so that's not gonna work.
No?
Just go up to the top and type in Princess Cruise. You have to like redo the whole thing.
Click on that.
Yep. And then go to login, other corner.
Okay. Do you need to do this off the thing, or you can just...
No, I'll just make sure that click on the login ID so I can type into it.
Now they know our password is ... Click
the button. Okay, up at the top it says manage booking.
Manage booking.
And do excursions.
Excursions.
And then just give it a minute to load.
Okay.
Instead of clicking it 50 times and freezing it.
All right. On to Aruba, which is the shortest port we're going to be at. But let's see what we got. Best of Aruba, Island Highlights and Beach. Discover Aruba, Aloe Factory and Beach Getaway.
The Aloe Factory we did.
We won't do that. Or we won't do that. Aruba Sights, Sounds, and Scenes. Butterfly Farm, Rock Formations and Shopping.
I love butterflies.
California Lighthouse, Ostrich Attraction and Shopping. Aruba's Top 4 Highlights. Okay. A day at De Palm Island and lunch for families. The Cuckoo Kanuku, California Lighthouse and Beach. I will say the Cuckoo Kanuku buses are a lot of fun. Local Connections, 4-wheel drive, Island Tour, Baby Natural Bridge, and Arashi Beach with expert guide. 4x4 Natural Pool, Swim, and Snorkel Safari. Cultural Walking Tour through Orangestad. UTV Off-Road Adventure. Aruba's Natural Splendors by UTV. Semi-Submarine Shipwreck and Island Drive. Atlantis Submarine Expedition. snorkeling cruise and Antilla shipwreck.
That's what we did.
Mm-hmm. That is a really fun excursion, but the snorkeling on the Antilla is hit or miss unless you can free dive.
Yeah.
Catamaran snorkel and beach getaway, helmet dive, De Palm Island Beach and Meal, discover scuba diving, and certified scuba diving. Oh, and Antilla shipwreck. Oh, that looks intriguing. That's tempting right there. That is tempting.
You might lose us at Aruba, guys.
You might lose us at Aruba. But yeah, we did. So we did the tour with JT, Jen, Stacy, and Gina in Aruba, and it was okay, but it was not great.
And that one was not booked through the cruise line.
It was not.
No.
It was not, but I feel like it was like a line of vehicles at all. It was rushed. It wasn't awesome.
Well, that's the one where you got on the bus and you spent 45 minutes picking up other people.
Yeah, that was pretty lame.
Yeah.
But that was not good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm open. I mean, in Aruba, I wouldn't mind diving there, but I don't have to dive there. Like,
I always go back and dive again.
I would love to try and get into that flamingo place.
Yeah, that place was really cool.
I don't know how likely that is, but if we could pull that off, that Flamingo Beach place is freaking awesome. I don't know if you guys want to do 3 snorkel beach days. I mean, that is kind of...
That's a lot.
It is, but it's also kind of what you do in the ABC Islands.
But what is Anita?
It is Anita's birthday cruise.
We've kind of just hijacked her birthday cruise.
And like I said, I sent them a message. I said, we're not deciding anything tonight, you know. So we will definitely take input and hear what they want to do, and then decide, you know, if we want to do things and stuff. I know Ed probably wants to do the same things we want to do, but it is Anita's birthday cruise.
Well, I want to do what Anita wants to do.
So we should definitely give Anita a weighted vote.
I like those other things.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not all about me.
No, it is not. But
this time.
So anyway, I thought Princess might have different excursions. Looks like it's pretty much the same as what we've seen before. Nothing super new or different. But you know, I mean, just put me in the ABC Islands and I'm happy. I like walking around those downtown areas. It was kind of cool. We walked around Curacao a little bit last time. That was kind of fun. But I'd rather be at Mambo Beach than downtown Curacao.
Yeah.
Like Willemstad I'm glad we did it. Like I enjoyed seeing it, but
it's just a bunch of shops.
I'd rather be at Mambo Beach. Like I
Some
feel
guy
like
tried to sell me some weed or something.
If there's
remember that?
Yeah. If there's one place I want to be in the water, it's Curacao. I mean, I want to be in the water at all the places. But if there's one place I'm like, I really want to be in the water, it's Curacao. And then the other two, I'm pretty open to doing things. But yeah, I don't know. What have you guys done? If we have people in here that have done things, I'm going to pull this out.
That's what I was going to say. Let's take that off.
What have you guys done in the ABC Islands? What was cool? What was fun? What did you enjoy? What did you not enjoy? I think Stacy liked being stung by bees in the face.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Look how good the captain's being.
He is being good. I think Marty's sleeping.
Marty is sleeping.
Not showing up on there?
I don't.
Because I see chat on there.
I do see a lot more on here, and it doesn't seem to be updating on this one. Oh yeah, there's a lot of chat here that's not over here. What the heck? Let me do this and see if...
Weird.
That is annoying.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just try and read it from here. I just can't post it because it's not showing up on our...
Oh, wow, that's a lot that we've missed.
That's a ton, honestly.
Yeah, why is that not?
And I don't know how to fix that right now.
I don't either because my concern is if we go out that
No,
for some
I
reason
don't
we
want to.
won't come back in.
Let me just try.
No.
Okay, well, we'll see what's on here. Because sorry, we didn't realize you were commenting because it's not showing up on the EVMux thing because it's stupid.
You've gone way too far.
Have I? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There's where Stacy said there's internet issues, and then we're back, or something.
Oh, we didn't miss that much.
No,
then.
but we've missed stuff.
Okay. Remember we went to the lighthouse? Yes, we did.
Where'd you read that at?
Right there.
You've missed
You are back.
Yeah. Well, you've missed.
Oh, there's even somebody in here.
I know. That's why I said there's new people.
Okay.
This is the You're Back that I was talking about.
Okay, there's a lot of You're Back. It's like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. All right, looks like a bar crawl.
One of those things that the Curacao nighttime picture.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm looking at the same one. It's 5 to 8 for $85. Ed said. That's the bad part about Princess website. It will log you out. Yeah. Princess is not winning us over with their website. Yeah. I can tell you that. We're excited about the ship. We're excited about a lot.
We haven't really looked much at the ship.
We haven't looked too much, but what I've seen is exciting, and everything sounds really cool. But the website, I mean, I guess I don't know. Hello, Virgil. Welcome. Great dive spot. Always bring my snorkeling gear on the cruise. Oh yeah, we do too. Absolutely. My mom says we're back. Remember, we went to the lighthouse. There we go. Ed says we did the snorkeling cruise, and until a shipwreck, it was cool to see the shipwreck. So sometimes you see the shipwreck. Sometimes you don't see the shipwreck, unless you can swim down 20, 30 feet. But did you see the shipwreck when we did it?
I could see it.
You could see it. First time I did it, it was real choppy, and like the other people that were with us couldn't really see it because they couldn't swim down more than like 5-10 feet. And so there wasn't much to see. But when we did it, yeah, I feel like you could see it more.
Yeah, and Rebecca swam down and almost got to where you could get to it.
Yeah, so it is really cool. But the first time I was there, everybody was like, I didn't see nothing except for me and the other people that could swim down. So I am always hesitant to recommend it unless I know the people are like free divers.
Which is not me.
Which is not you. We wanted to go to Flamingo Beach last time and it didn't work out. So we can try and do that.
Yeah.
Because it's really cool.
It is very cool.
We thought that one was perfect for you guys. We liked the catamaran, snorkel, and beach break. And I really did went to the Flamingo Island if we could get in. So we could, I am happy to do the catamaran and snorkel one. Because I enjoyed it. And the catamaran is a lot of fun. And this other snorkeling part is shallow, clear water. That one's good for everyone. But yeah, we usually go to Palm Beach in Aruba, $16 cab ride. Well, Les, we'll have to look into that because I am not familiar with the Palm Beach in Aruba. But thank you for the suggestion. We'll look at that. If it is my birthday cruise, but it is your guys' cruise also. And if you want to do scuba dive, please do.
But if we can get onto Flamingo Beach, all in.
Yeah, because that was a really good experience. Very, very good experience. Virgil says, on embarking, you can sneak a box of wine between your fins. Good plan, my man. All right. Stacy says, I want to go back to Curacao and go over the wall at Mambo Beach. Yes. And he also says the bee in the face was awesome. Lots of respect for that bee sting in the face, Stacy. I've been there. I've done that.
I'm just going to say I'm glad it wasn't me.
I'm glad it wasn't you too.
Because I would have swollen like crazy.
I wish it would have been me just so that Stacy wouldn't have had to go through it. I've been stung in the face before too. It's not a fun experience. I am glad it wasn't you. or anybody who would have been more sensitive. I'm glad Stacy did handle that very well. Props to you, my friend. Matt, call me if you have EVMux questions. I use it exclusively. Oh, okay. All right. Good to know. Thank you, Sean. In Air Force Les says in Curacao, okay, we go to Mambo Beach. Yeah. The app is awesome. Princess app.
I've downloaded it. That's
Okay.
where I showed our
Okay.
countdown.
All right. So we will check that out.
I'm still learning it.
I just thought maybe Princess, like, because they cater to older crowds, they're like, well, they can't do the technology anyway.
It's a pretty app. It seems pretty intuitive.
I mean, I can't figure out why Sean, why isn't my chat showing up past 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, why did the chat stop?
I don't know.
What I'm curious about is if you go, like, click the back button on EVMux and then go back into it.
Ooh, is that going to boot us out?
I don't think it should.
That makes me nervous.
Don't know.
If we suddenly go off the air, then you'll know what happened.
We're done.
I guess we're done. This is like Russian roulette with a live stream. We'll either be back or we won't. If we're not, then down in the cruisers in 32 minutes. You want me to do it?
Sean said comments in the down arrow. Yeah, but it stopped.
Yeah, it just stopped. It won't go any further. Like, it's at the bottom, but the last thing it says from 10 minutes ago. All right, I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it.
And go to your comments, see if they fixed.
All right.
We should still be here.
Are we still here?
There we are. They've
loaded. That did it. That fixed it.
Now, hopefully, they continue to load in. Start saying a bunch of things, guys.
Virgil, a box of wine. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm opposed to a box of wine. I just think it's funny that you said a box of wine. I think that is pretty awesome. Because some of the best wine.
Thank you, Stacy.
Some of the best wine comes in boxes. I would say.
It looks like it fixed.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, but all of people's things are saying.
Yeah, there's Princess app and comments and hit the down arrow. You're back. Yes. G'day. Sean, you would probably get a kick out of this. So we do this shark class where the kids get a poster with 8 species of sharks and they get 8 items. And each of those items, like there's a lemon, a little toy whale, there's a pajama cutout, there's a carpet, there's a tiger print. Anyway, each one of those represents one of the sharks, and the kids have to match the item to the shark picture. And then I make them tell me which one goes with which, and then I tell them if they're right or if they are about to learn something new. So when we get to the wobbegong, which we have it classified as a carpet shark, which pains me a little bit because it is a type of carpet shark, but so is a whale shark. And I think a nurse shark, I'm not sure. But anyway, I make the kids, I say, look, this is not a carpet shark. This is a type of carpet shark. It lives in the waters off Australia, and they have a cool name for it. It's called a wobbegong. But then I make the kids repeat after me in Australian, "G'day, mate." And they all say, "G'day, mate." I say, "Is that a wobbegong over there?" And then they all say, "Is that a wobbegong over there?" And then that's it. But it's a lot of fun. It's really cute to hear all the kids do an Australian accent. They do really well, says me, who thinks he does really well with Australian accents, but may not. So it's a lot of fun. Anyway, Ed says Anita's birthday cruise is going to be awesome. It's a perfect fit. What kind of fins are you sporting there, Virgil?
That's funny. That's
hilarious, actually. Who's going to check your fins? For wine? Come on.
True.
The cat is being such a good boy. Marty is always a good girl. That is true. That is true. Marty is always a good girl. I'll be honest with you, we were getting a little bit concerned about Marty because she was so kind of just lethargic. But we figured she was probably going through like a wintering kind of thing called brumation, because she has like come alive. And over the last probably 2-3 weeks, her excitement to eat is back. Her activity level is back.
She's up in the morning.
We've cut her weight down, but I think most of it was her going through a brumation cycle, which is a natural thing that some
we just didn't know that's what was happening.
beardies do. Yeah, because they don't normally do that, but but it is a thing. And now she's super active. But this little man,
he's wild.
He's been really good today, though.
Yeah.
He's been super chill tonight, and he's probably because it's past his bedtime now. But
he was looking at Marty.
He was
see her prop her head up.
He was a firecracker last week on here. So, about time you all spoke with a decent accent. I fully agree with that, Sean. I prefer the Australian accent to the American accent. The captain is being such a good boy. Oh, we already read that one. Okay. All right, we're caught up. Assuming that the thing is still... Oh, no, it's not. It stopped again.
Stopped again?
It stopped again. Because on my thing... Oh, no, it's just slow.
It's just delayed.
Okay. The captain is growing fast. Yeah,
he's a big boy.
He's in shed again.
Once he's decided to start eating.
Yeah, now he eats like a flipping horse. And this one is also, I think, shedding, because she was trying to scratch it off her face today.
I was going to say, I took a little piece off of her lip today.
She's gotten a little pale. Yeah. So Marty has learned, talk about alligators learning, Marty has learned about the window. And she really likes the window in the living room. So she lets us know when she wants to come out, because she starts, we call it window surfing, when she sees us. And then we take her out, and then we put her on our lap, and then she runs past us because she doesn't really want to care about being by us. And she sits in the window, and we open the blinds, and she gets that sunlight coming through. And she just sits there for hours while we watch TV and stuff. My mom says we're back. Were we gone?
She's just going to keep randomly coming on telling us that we're back.
She's just watching the Terminator. We're back. This little stinker is very, very, very food motivated at this point in his life. And so he will window surf, but he doesn't seem to care as much about being in the window. He's just looking for food. So, but that's because he's a growing boy. That's okay. He should be looking for food. He eats his salads. He gets his crickets. He gets his mealworms. Yeah, he's doing what he's supposed to. Let's see. All right, there we go. Ed, just so you two know, Anita loves getting pictures taken. So every night we go to every photographer, we will grab you guys in the pic with us. Sorry, you have to. That's fine. You know who will appreciate that? Our moms. So
that's true.
Yeah, we've done the picture thing. We don't like hate it doing the picture thing.
I like it as long as I don't feel fat.
Well, we are dieting.
I know. I have a year to look beautiful.
You always look beautiful.
Good answer.
But we have lots of time before those cruises to get back into our fighting weight. So, yeah. Make them feel. If I had access to witchetty grubs, mate, I would do that. But I don't have access. You guys are very stingy with what you allow over here, which is good, actually. I'm glad Australia is particular, so that you guys.
Thank you for your dragons.
Keep your conservation going.
I do love your dragons.
Can you imagine though with the exception of the water cobras and I guess the hognose snakes, like the other animals we have that are not Australian are fine. They're cool. But honestly, like if we lived in Australia, like you could only have Australian animals And if you said that about North America, or even the United States especially, that'd be kind of a bummer. I mean, there's some cool animals here for sure, but if you were like, you can only have Australian animals, I'd be like, okay. I'll miss the water cobras 100%. But I mean, all those monitor species and beardies and blue tongue skinks and frill lizards, and there's a lot of cool reptiles in Australia. Not to mention all the ones that'll kill you. But
I love all of our animals, but this one here changed my view on reptile pets. Like, I like them, but there's something special.
Well, these two are more pets.
They are.
I mean, the others are pets, but these two are more like a traditional.
I got the geckos thinking I'd be able to do something like this, and they just.
No, I mean, if you worked with your geckos, but they don't have the same personality.
Well, and they're not awake in the day.
Well, that's also valid.
Which I knew, but then I was like, well, whatever.
Kimbra, how can you change perfection?
By getting thinner.
That way you get every picture and won't cost you anything since it comes with our package we have. Yes. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Because,
you want to talk about the packages?
Because, look. All right. Princess, the way that they do their drink package, and the only reason I do in quotes is because it's not the one that you should get if you can do math, is not the drink package. It just includes a drink package, and it is way more affordable than, to my knowledge, any other cruise line. I saw a comparison where they were like, well, they were kind of weighing it out, and it didn't come in as the most affordable, but depending on the other things you want, I think it is.
So since I've done all of my princess training, go ahead and read that stuff, and then I'll jump into it.
Okay, so Stacy says, you guys should vlog your cruise more. It's fun watching what you're doing. Don't let it interfere with your time, though. We will try. I always say we'll try, but maybe we will try a little harder on our next upcoming cruises to vlog. Sean is out of here, setting up for the live. His live is in about 20 minutes. Go hang out with the Down Under Cruises. We don't want to hear about Matt's package. But it's the package for all of us, really.
Okay, so the way Princess does it is you can do just the cruise, which is just the basic, and then like most other cruise lines, you can add the a la carte stuff, the soda package, the drink package, the internet, that sort of thing, and it's just your base kind of cruise,
right?
Which is fine,
right.
However, they also have two other levels that you can add on, which is the Plus package and the Premier package. And when you select one of those, it just builds it into your cruise fee. So like the Plus package adds $60 a day per person. And the Premier package adds $90 a day per person, which might sound like a lot.
But you can do just the drink package, and it's actually more than that.
Right. So what I was going to say is, it sounds like a lot, but what you're actually getting for that way outweighs what you would pay if you added all of those things a la carte.
Yeah.
So like the Plus adds, you get the Plus drink package, which is drinks up to $15, stuff from the juice bar, sodas, water, all those coffees, that sort of thing. And
includes gratuities and, well, there's no tax. Well, there's tax.
That's part of it, though. But it includes, like gratuities, add-on gratuities, which if you just book the standard, you would have to pay that in addition. It's not part of the package. So if you do the Plus or Premier, that's part of what you're paying.
Right.
You get, so back to Plus, you get one Wi-Fi package per device, or like two. Basically, each of us gets one device Wi-Fi.
Right.
You get 2 desserts, special desserts per day, 2 casual dinings per day.
Which is like a la carte or smaller fee, like kind of lunch or possibly dinner things.
I know I'm missing stuff. And some other little things that kind of add up. The premier one gives you the highest drink package.
Which there are some drinks that are over $15.
Which is why we're cruising with Ed and Anita.
Most of them are not. Kidding. Most of them are not. And
there's plenty that are under.
If you get a drink for $15, you only get the difference. Which the ones that are over $15 are $16 to $18. So you're not spending, you have to buy a whole drink because it's not covered in your package.
Yeah. Anita, just from one of the other things is they have like a delivery like thing.
Right.
So normally that has a fee associated with it. Mm-hmm. With the Plus Premier, that fee is no longer part of it. You can just like order a pizza, they'll come deliver to you by the pool.
Yeah, wherever you're at.
Wherever you are.
Which Carnival has or had that.
But you have to pay for it.
Well, yeah, I think you did originally. Yeah, you did originally.
And then there was another. There was something else. I don't know. There's more. Anyways, and then the premier one gives you the higher drink package, Wi-Fi for 4 devices per person, which who needs that much Wi-Fi? But cool. Specialty dining, unlimited.
Yep. I think you get a specialty dining with Plus?
We don't get any specialty dining.
Okay.
But we ended up booking with an onboard credit.
Right. So. And since we get drinks,
right, we probably have drinks and Wi-Fi, so
probably going towards specialty dining.
Yeah, so they get specialty dining, unlimited, casual dining, unlimited desserts. So basically, the things that we as Plus package holders will get somewhat limited, they get it all. The photos, they get unlimited photos.
Right.
Which I think is a very interesting perk. Because photos aren't something that I normally think about. But, I mean, I like to do them, but I never buy them because I'm like, I'm not spending $30 on that. But to just get them, maybe I would.
Well, yeah, and for some people, like it sounds like Anita, my mom, like that's a big deal.
Right.
And those photos are stupidly expensive a la carte. So here's the thing. Like, I don't remember exactly now how it broke down. But if you say, I compared to Carnival because Carnival's my go-to default cruise. You get the drink package on Carnival. On a typical Carnival drink package, I think you have to drink 4 or 5 drinks. 6. Yes.
They raised it to like $80 a day.
6 drinks to break even. That's not if you're drinking like cheap beers or something like that. 6 drinks now that's a day. I can't drink 6 drinks a day for 8 days. I'm just not going to do that, especially when I've got 3 port days. Like, I'm just not. So then I'm either going to drink extra on those other days or I'm wasting my money. And I know Kimbra and I, the conversation's always, she doesn't want to have to worry about it. I'm like, just set the money aside and then we don't pay as much. But that's I get the psychology aspect of it.
Well, because here's part of it might be because it's always my credit card. So I'm the one that's looking at the bill.
Right. So you're seeing it.
So I'm seeing it and I'm like, okay, now I have to pay that off.
But I'm like, but we could just put money aside and just
we
could do that. But anyway, with this package, and I can't remember if I think this is before I even take into account like the internet and stuff like that. I feel like it was only 3 drinks a day, maybe
3 or 4.
4 drinks a day, which is already more reasonable. Still, probably not drinking 4 drinks a day every day on an 8-night cruise, but I will drink 4 or more on a sea day, and this cruise has a lot of sea days. But here's where it really pays off. If we're going to get internet anyway, then now, if you add that in, if you were going to buy that, now you literally have to drink like 1 or 2 drinks a day to break even.
That's easy.
Yeah. So normally I'm like, drink package isn't really worth it for us. We're not that big of drinkers. I don't want to feel like I have to drink and then make myself not feel good. But in this case, it's like, yeah, that is perfect.
It just makes sense.
It's a perfect package for people like us. Like, it's catered to our sort of cruising. I don't want to think about it. I want to be able to order drinks willy-nilly. I think it does limit you to 15. I'm not going to drink 15 drinks in a day. But and that may be all drinks. And that's also not taking into consideration soda, coffee, milkshakes, those specialty desserts. Like, if you add all that in, like, yeah, you drink like a drink a day on average, and you're coming out ahead. It's just, I was shocked. I was shocked at how much it made sense to get that plus package. Like, it wasn't even like, I didn't even have to weigh it. It wasn't even a question. It was like, obviously that's what we're doing.
It was until we talked about what it was part of. Because I was looking at it and I was like, well, it's this or this or this. And he's like, well, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, like look at what this is.
Mm-hmm.
And then he watched his videos, did his research. He was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a no-brainer once you figure out what you actually, the value you get. It's like, what the heck?
It's kind of nice for me, because then I don't have to try and convince you that we should just pay for it up front.
Let's be honest. When we've done drink packages on cruise lines,
we don't drink enough. I know.
We very rarely make it worthwhile.
I know.
Unless you put a money value on your peace of mind, then that's the only way you could say it pays for itself. This one will pay for itself.
Uh-huh.
So, and honestly,
it makes me more interested in booking cruises that have this type of add-on option.
And I don't know. I watched a video on comparing these kind of packages on some of like Celebrity and some of those other things. And honestly, like I said, this didn't come out as the best value according to that video, but for my use case, it kind of negated some of their argument. So, like, when I think about, Princess Cruises cost more, but then if I look at it from the perspective of, I'd like to have access to alcohol, internet, and soda, suddenly Princess may be cheaper or maybe more value for the same price as Carnival.
It's like,
that's a pretty big
It's like we get these things built in for not too much more, and we don't have to give them up just because we don't want to pay extra. Because
we're trying to be thrifty or something, or I'm worried that we are going to feel forced to do that.
Right, because it's always like, well, we have to add this, and now we have to add this, and now we have to add this, and this makes it's just part of the cruise fare.
Right.
And that's what I like.
Like, we're not doing the drink package on any of the other. Well, I think we are.
I want to do it on the group cruise.
On the group cruise, but that's kind of a different scenario. But on the other 2 cruises, we're not doing the drink package because it'd be stupid for us to do the drink package on those cruises. Right. We're not even doing internet on, I don't think, the other cruises.
No.
Because we're going to Mexico in MSC. We can get cell service theoretically in Mexico. It's included in our phone plans.
All right, we've got some comments here. Let's see. It says, I compare the premium package on Princess against Carnival and add on one to match Princess packages, and Princess was cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unless you just don't care about internet, soda, milkshakes, and stuff, then it's more apples to apples. But I think it's still better value, unless you're like, no, I want to drink all $18 drinks. Otherwise, it's a better value.
Yeah. And then this is to the picture thing, which you guys will get because we get a flash drive and you can have copies.
Well, we appreciate that.
It says the main reason we go with the premium is because of the photo package.
That's what they told us.
I mean,
yeah.
It's honestly, if photos is what you're looking for, it makes sense because one photo is $30.
Right.
And that's, in my opinion, just anyway.
Highway robbery.
Stacey
I mean,
says,
but the digital files are what's important with the
Yeah.
photography, really.
Stacey says, we bought a photo package on Celebrity and they only had like 2 photographers on Elegant Night. We got like 5 photos. Wasn't worth it at all.
Oh, that's stupid. That's really stupid.
It says we wouldn't buy a drink package
Yeah.
because we wouldn't get our money's worth.
Yeah. I mean, normally, like, it's one of those things that you want it if you can't have it. So, like, I'd say normally if we had access to drinks on a C day, I'd say on average, Kimber and I probably drink 2 to 4 drinks a day. I would say there are days when we drink more, there are days when we drink less, but on average, I would say somewhere between 2 and 4 drinks a day. On days when we're in port,
1 or 2 maybe.
1 or 2, depending on how late the port stop is.
Because I won't have one in the morning.
And most of the time, there's at least 1 or 2 days that I'm drinking if I have access to drinks, that if I didn't have access to drinks, I wouldn't really care. So for us, normally the drink packages in most scenarios is not really worth our time.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's easily worth our time.
Yeah. Stacey says internet and gratuities make up a large portion of the plus package to make it worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's worth it when it's all grouped together. Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked at what a value it was.
Ed says, I think the most drinks I had on a C day was 8 drinks.
Yeah, I mean, unless I was just drinking like beer, even in this day and age, like 8 beers for me would kill me.
That one day on MSC, I got to 6.
Did you?
I did.
I mean, back in the day, I could have drank 8 drinks, no problem. But I don't drink like that anymore.
And then you told me you guys walked me back to the ship.
Yes.
I walked myself.
Okay.
It lets you enjoy your cruise more because you don't have to think about it. You just order what you want and get what you want without thinking about it.
Yes.
Oh, Holland America has something similar. Well, I mean, that would make sense.
I did see that. Yeah, I did. Holland America, because I don't remember what that video compared exactly, but it was Holland. They didn't compare. They only compared packages that were group of things. I
like all included, sort of.
Yeah, and I want to say it was like, I don't remember if Celebrity, but it was Holland. It was Princess. It might have been Celebrity. I think it was. And it might have been like Norwegian or something like that. Mm. And some of the value that they had was what the cruise line claimed the value of the package was, which was a little suspicious, a little suspect in some of those cases. But yeah, Holland America had a very similar situation. Nobody else could touch it, from what I recall. It was like, no.
Yeah. I think that's kind of, I mean, we didn't look that much into it, but the Asmara cruise that Kevin Counts was saying, it's just all part of it. Right.
And they didn't count those kind of things either, because that's a different sort of situation. Right. So this video that I'm talking about didn't reference those kind of things when it's included in the actual price of the cruise.
It's not an add-on
as a standard. It was just things like this, where it wasn't a standalone drink package and it wasn't included in the cruise without options. So, yeah, I mean, I used to say, like, if you recall the Cruise Geeks days, like, I was all about getting on Celebrity Edge, and which I never did. And just Celebrity, I was like, Celebrity is going to be my cruise line. It's going to, like, I was still kind of like, Royal Carnival, Royal Carnival, Royal Carnival. Now I'm like Carnival Royal, and I'm like Princess Celebrity. I just haven't, everything I've watched and most people that I know that I've talked to, Celebrity has fallen way down my list of, I'm not saying I wouldn't try a Celebrity cruise because it's still a cruise, but it has fallen down my list of my wish list quite far. Princess has risen up it. So Holland America too, I think is a good line. But Princess, I think, is the one that intrigues me the most these days. And so we'll see. Medallion is awesome. You order on the app, and they will find you no matter where you are. I don't know if I'll use that. I remember like when Carnival first brought that out. When they bring it out, we were doing the Cruise Geeks Lolita Loca group cruise, and Tony and I and maybe Roy Shows, somebody else, we did like a little contest where we all ordered pizza at different parts of the ship to see who got it the quickest. I don't remember what the results were, but it was fun to do that. But I don't know that I would do that. Maybe I would. I don't know. Maybe I would. It unlocks your door when you walk up to it. That's cool. Yeah, I'm surprised because I think Disney does the things like that. Princess does them. Does anybody else have that kind of technology going?
Virgin Voyages.
Virgin did, yes. So, but Princess, I feel like who did it first, Princess or Disney?
I think Princess did it first.
And that was a thing that happened during Cruise Geeks. So that would have been somewhere around 2017 to 2019 that they rolled that out. So we are now in 2025, halfway through almost. And I thought by now, like all the cruise lines would be on board with that. I thought Carnival, Royal, Norwegian, I thought they'd all be doing that stuff, but they haven't.
So here's what I'm going to say, because as most of you probably know, one of the things that I really like is to keep my ship card.
Mm.
And this doesn't have a ship card. And that was one of my biggest complaints with Virgin.
Mm.
However, what they do is they actually engrave all of your ship information, your cruise information. So ship, sail date.
On the medallion?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's engraved on there with your name.
You get a
so I'm still getting...
Now I can just engrave one for you on wood if you want.
But what I'm still getting like that thing. It's not a card, but that's okay. Compared to the Virgin Voyages one, told me nothing.
Yeah.
I can't possibly tell you what that sail information was. I mean, I can because I know it. But I can't by looking at that bracelet.
Yeah, yeah. Stacy says you can also gamble on the app without having to go to the casino on Princess. Look, I'm not trying to judge anybody here, but if you want to gamble so bad and you'd rather just sit in your stateroom and gamble on an app, I think you might have a problem. So like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if like gambling, you need that to really enjoy, like the people that gamble that I think are doing it right are the ones who are like, I don't care if I win or lose. I have a budget that I've set aside that I'm okay losing, and they're doing it for the fun, for the experience. I think that's the healthy way to gamble. If that is on your app, maybe you should seek help. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's judgy. I apologize if somebody is is like that. But it's. I mean, I guess it's cool. You can do it. You know. Yeah, we are horrible at gambling too. We don't really gamble. I mean, I think it's intriguing. Every now and then we'll do like a tiny bit of gambling, especially if we're with somebody that actually knows what they're doing. Especially Kimbra will get involved in that, but we never spend a lot of money on it or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. Actually, you know, really, I'd be really interested to get Stacy and Gina's thoughts on a Princess cruise. Like if
like Carnival through and through people.
Yeah,
something else.
Because I mean, I'm pretty, I guess, like I would say I'm a pretty Carnival forward person. Is that what, you know, like like, what's your favorite cruise line? Carnival. Like, it is right now. That may change. I don't know, but Stacy and Gina are even more. Like, they don't even hardly ever cruise other cruise. Like, I think Celebrity, is that the only cruise line they've cruised?
Yeah.
So I know they're gonna sail Princess because they get a free cruise. So I would be really interested in getting their take. Somebody who's really hardcore Carnival, getting their take on Princess, which technically is Carnival Corporation, but still not necessarily the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm curious what we're going to think of it. Like, I'm hoping right now, I feel like we're going to really like it. There's no Guy's Burger on there.
No, but they do have burgers.
But are they smash burgers, or are they just like,
well, when we get off here, we're going to have to go watch some
like what we got at Busch
videos.
Gardens burgers?
Yeah.
I bet there's some people in here who could tell us about their burgers. Also, one of the elite things that she gets that I don't fully understand is it said something about a mini bar setup
in the room.
In the room.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Does that mean that you get access to a mini bar? Does that mean you still have to pay for what you drink in the mini bar? What is that? What does that mean? Anybody know? Anybody know what that means? I'm just curious.
So I have two things to say real quick. One, apparently my mom's watching, but she's not talking. So she's like being a creeper in the background.
Oh.
She texted me and said, I'm watching you, which was kind of creepy. The second thing is, I think this is going to kick us off soon.
Oh, well, we're going to get off because Down Under's on and it's 10 o'clock, 10:03 according to that clock. But, and Matt, you can use your laser to make a medallion holder for all of it. Oh, that's true. A little placard. Okay. Stacy says, I'm more diehard Carnival than Gina. So I would love to hear your opinion on Princess Holland.
She's been called out now.
She had to show up. Your little fridge is stocked at no charge.
Right, but can I drink those things?
And do they refill it?
They don't. It's a one-time fill.
Oh, it's a one-time. Okay, that's probably okay.
But can I drink those things?
Well, that's what it sounds like he's saying.
If they stock it, does that mean I can drink it?
I mean, free at no charge.
Yeah, okay.
To me, that's what that means.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would just be a mini bar.
Right. Okay,
that you
makes
could
sense.
pay to drink.
Yeah.
Hello, Tammy, by the way. Hi, everyone. She says, hi, everyone. We're super happy to see Sandy on here. My Mama Sandy.
She's in and out.
Yeah.
She keeps popping in and saying we're back.
Every time that good signal hits a cow, she gets in. and then it, you know.
Stacy says, yes, you can drink them. Okay.
Yeah, you can drink them.
I mean.
You can drink them.
Yeah.
Drink it. All right. So we better get out of here before it kicks us off awkwardly. And then everybody's like, what happened? But.
Yeah, but you're not elite.
Yeah, you're not elite.
I'm elite. Duh.
I apologize. I apologize.
You know, the people that have never cruised Princess. I'm elite.
But we're going to start off elite. That's she's out too.
Thanks for popping in. Love you.
Yeah. All right, guys. So seriously, though, we will not be on, I don't think.
Unless Ashley just desperately wants to do something.
She's
done it before.
She has. We'll see. If we are, it'll be, I guess, a pleasant surprise. You guys all show up, so I'm hoping you enjoy it. We do really appreciate hanging out with you guys on Friday nights. It is a lot of fun, and we've made a lot of really good friends through doing this, and that means a lot. So thank you. Seriously, thank you very much. But we will probably not be live on Friday, but we will be live the next Friday. And then
because that's right before our cruise.
Yes. So we'll probably take
then we won't be on the Friday after that. We'll be on the cruise.
Right. But we'll probably be talking about that cruise on the next live, I would think. Maybe we'll take a look at the ship. We've been on the ship, but it's been a minute. So maybe we'll look at the ship.
We'll look at the ship.
the excursions. Did we do when we looked at the ship?
Yeah.
We may have.
But we can do it again.
We'll talk about the cruise. Anyway.
Yeah.
You guys have a great week and have a safe week, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.